Okay, I can't say good morning now, but it is a good afternoon. And this morning, I want to make a video concerning my knee again and what I do to help it. And to start with, when I tore my meniscus, I was in my 70s and we had the goats. And I also, about that time, there was some concern about Lyme's disease, so they did a test, and when they did the test, no Lyme's disease, but it turned out positive for lupus. And I don't know which would be worse to have, Lyme's disease or lupus, but anyway, I don't know if it was a fluke or whatnot, but I don't have lupus, and I am extremely grateful. So anyway, it came back. I was scheduled to have my knee operated on, and that caused me to some concerns about being diagnosed with lupus at that time and my torn meniscus and the pending operation. But they sent me to a specialist about the lupus, and for some reason he became more concerned about some moles that I had, and so he had me have those removed. And when I went, the doctor that was doing that, her brother was another specialist that did knee operations, and she was saying that he is beginning to realize it's better not to operate on a torn meniscus, but to let it go, because in later life it will probably give you more trouble if it's operated on than if it isn't. And I really think that's true, because I've had very little trouble with that knee, and here recently it has given me some pain, but not, it's livable. But at times, it's really, the pain is up there, and it depends on what I've done that day or the day before. Sometimes I even wonder if maybe I've eaten, well, I noticed one day I had made Tom some bread, and it's hard to pass up homemade bread. And I love the heels, and I had a bit of it. The next day I noticed my knee was not as good as it had been. So anyway, I have discovered something that works for me. And I'm not recommending this. I don't think I should, but I want to tell you about it. Then you can look into it and see what you think. First of all, I want to read about Boswellia, and it acts as an anti-inflammatory, anti-arthritic, antifungal, antibacterial, and you can use it topically for pain relief. It lowers cholesterol, protects the liver, useful for arthritis, gout, low back pain, and fibromyalgia. Helps repair blood vessels damaged by inflammation, and traditionally used as a remedy for obesity, diarrhea, dysentery, pulmonary diseases, ringworm, and boils. Must work. I don't have any ringworms or boils. Anyway, Boswellia, what is it? Actually, it's frankincense. Did you know that? That is something. I've got a bottle of essential oil here, and in the little letters that you can hardly read when you get into your 80s, and there it is, Boswellia. And so what I have learned to do, and this took me a while to even come to this, but I'm going to show you about 3 ways that I can do this. And first of all, you can just take some coconut oil. Whoops, that makes, and just get a little bit of coconut oil out there, and then put a drop or two of your frankincense, and that was more than a drop or two, but, oh, and I can smell it. And just mix that up, and then you'll put that right on the knee or the wherever you need it, and rub it in, and that's nice. Or if you just, and I'm going to do this in the same little dish, take some olive oil or a carrier oil and put a little bit down there. It will probably commingle pretty soon, but it's on both sides of the plate right now. And I'll try for just a drop this time. I think I'll put 2 drops. Okay, it's 2 drops. And that, again, can be used and rubbed. And then, this is what I read, and I was a little leery because I've always been taught you don't use it straight. But you know what? Sometimes when you're in pain, you do things that you don't usually do. And there's been times when I just let a drop or 2 straight go on my knee. And I am surprised that pretty soon it doesn't hurt. Well, then, I don't know if this happens to you, but I can be fine all day long, just sort of low grade, know it's there, and then I lay down, and then the pain comes. And at that time, finally, one night when it was really bad, knew I couldn't go to sleep, I came in, and against all of my teaching, I got a glass of water, well, a small glass. You can see it's a 4 ounce. I think it holds, well, probably over 4 ounces. But and it's really hard. All I was aiming for was 1 drop. And for some reason, I can't do it without getting 2 drops. But fortunately, I read that's fine too. So 1 or 2 drops, and I drank it. And it's something I would not normally do, but I did. I drank it. And then I went, finally, my knee didn't bother me. I went to sleep, and I find out for 24 hours, no problem with my knee. And it may come back, and if it doesn't, end of the 24 hours, I do that again. And it's really, for me, it's helped. I would prefer just 1 drop in there because I'm elderly and I keep thinking I should have lower doses. Oh, I hate the word elderly. I don't feel elderly, but I guess I am. When I go look in the mirror, I know I'm elderly. You know, you have a way of 2 major times of aging in your life. The first time is between your 30s and 40s. I did that pretty well. In my 50s, when I hit my 50th birthday, people were still thinking I was 35, and then our son was killed and I aged 10 years, and people would say I was 45, so I really aged. So then I come up, we move here when I'm 74. I walk to the grocery store with my son. People think I'm his wife, and I'm sure he didn't like that. But it was sort of flattering, so it was okay for me. But just a few years, they thought I was his older sister. Now, of course, they know I'm his mother, and I think if someday they might think I'm his grandmother. I don't know. But you age, whether you want to or not. So anyway, those are some of the things that I've learned that's helped me and to survive my 80s. So that's my story, and I just wish you well today.